Hello, hello, my friends. The other day, Kringle Candle released part 1 of their Halloween launch. And in today's video, I am spilling the details about what is to come in part 2. So speaking of 2 parts, the second collection, or I would say the second part of Kringle's Halloween release, for me personally, I'm actually going to split this into 2 separate videos because we have 2, I would say, sub-collections coming out in part 2. Today, this video, we are going to be talking about the Boo crew. So last year, if you remember correctly, if you've been shopping with Kringle, you guys know that part 1 launch tends to be more of their spookier, creepier, conceptual type of fragrances. They're very kind of like deep and smoky and very much in the vein of what I would say, I personally would say, is spookier Halloween. Part 2, last year, they had an ombre jar collection, and then they also had like a spellbound collection, and that is what they are doing again this year. So this video today, we are going to be going over the ombre jars because this collection, there are 6 fragrances that are going to be offered, 7 jars, and you're going to see why. But these are, the ombre jars are back, but I'm going to be honest with you guys, this collection is totally my jam. And I'm not even a Halloween person, but when you guys see these labels, I think that you're going to understand why I was so excited to share this collection with you, as well as the fragrance notes on this, quite frankly, are definitely way more in my wheelhouse. So we've got a couple of more gourmands in here. And yeah, I have a feeling that this one is going to be very, very popular. Later today, I do hope to upload for you guys my first thoughts on the Spellbound collection. Full disclosure, you guys, the reason I have my hands on these is because Kringle did send these to me in PR. So a huge thank you to them for doing that. You guys know I'm always going to keep it real with you. In fact, there's one candle today that I'm going to talk about that I don't like. I don't like it at all on cold sniff. I don't know if I'm going to burn it. But anyways, if you like this video, please make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Consider subscribing to my channel if you are new. And let's go ahead and get into the details about the Boo crew. So this collection, as well as the Spellbound collection, will be available on Friday, August 15th at noon Eastern Standard Time. So a little bit different of a time change. For part 1, they did do a midnight launch. This time they are doing a 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time launch. I don't know. I think for some people that works better, but I have also heard from a lot of other people that say, like, that's right in the middle of my work day, and now I'm anxious that I'm not going to get my hands on these things. These candles right here, the ombre jars will retail for $34. I do have an affiliate discount code with Kringle. It is Katie15. It will save you 15% off of your purchase with them. But yeah, August 15th. So we've got a couple of weeks here before these will be available. And let's go ahead and talk about these candles because I'm really, really excited to share them with you. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start out with, first and foremost, the candle that I don't like the fragrance on, but you guys, look at these pictures, okay? Kringle got the message loud and clear last year. Cute animals with gourmand fragrances. They need to stick to that formula. So this first one is Scary Movie Night. We've got some little cats dressed up in their Halloween costumes with a jack-o'-lantern. They've got a little bowl of popcorn. Looks like they are watching like an old school television set. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like a scene that you would have seen like in 101 Dalmatians when they were all sitting and watching the TV. I am on board and ready for this packaging, you guys. I love it. All of these, this is the theme. This is like the theme of the entire collection. It's cute little animals. Okay, fragrance notes, Scary Movie Night are buttery popcorn, savory salt, toasty corn kernels, sweet corn, velvety dairy cream, caramelized wood, warm musk, and golden sugar resin. And this collection all has a pour date of July 15th of 2025. So, okay. I don't like this fragrance. Now, that being said, this is supposed to emulate buttery popcorn, and I do get that in here, but I will say that my nose, and I think that this is distinctly my nose is detecting that this smells almost more like ranch corn nuts. Do you guys remember? Do they even sell corn nuts anymore? If you were like a kid in the 90s like I was, they had these like individual packaged like corn nuts, and then they had ranch on them, and oh my gosh, I remember kids opening those up at lunchtime, and I just pretty much wanted to gag. I'm not a fan of ranch, so Yeah, I get where they're coming from here. This is like a buttery popcorn scent, but I will also say that I am not somebody who likes like that overly artificial butter at the movie theater, like butter popcorn. And I feel like that's what this smells like. So if you are somebody who wants like a buttery popcorn type of fragrance, if you like scents like that, if you like things that are a little bit outside of the wheelhouse in the gourmand realm, then I think that you're going to like this one. But honestly, I'm not going to stick my nose in this one much longer because quite frankly, it almost makes me feel a little bit nauseated. I really, really don't like the fragrance on that, but the label is cute. So now that we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about the rest of the fragrances that I do really, really like. I burned this one this morning, and you're going to see that I actually stuck this somewhere, and one of my children accidentally knocked it over. So I don't know if you're seeing some of the wax drip down there. I'll clean it up here in a minute. But this is the fragrance Bobbing for Apples. So again, we've got a little crocodile, looks like a little wolf and a raccoon and a little bunny maybe. They are all dressed up for Halloween. We've got this, the little crocodile looks like he's in a mummy costume, and they are bobbing for apples. Fragrance notes on Bobbing for Apples are tangy apple, juicy pineapple, creamy peach, sun-kissed melon, intoxicating hyacinth, sugared amber, earthy applewood, vanilla crystals, and sensual musk. So I actually was burning this one today. This is a very, very like sweet apple fragrance. This is not even really what I would say would be like a typical gourmand apple. It almost leans a little bit more like kind of like body care apple. And I think it's because you've got some of those other fruit notes in there. What did they say? Was there a pineapple note? Yeah, there's pineapple, peach, melon. So there's a little bit like fresher fruits mixed in this. This to me kind of, I think I was telling another ambassador yesterday when I got these in, I have like a little Instagram chat with a couple of the other ambassadors, and I was saying that this one to my nose kind of reminds me of like old school Bath and Body Works country apple mixed with like a Victoria's Secret body care line. I like it. I actually like it. It's not overly like deep and perfumey. It's not very like mature smelling. This is just a very, very sweet apple fragrance, but it's very different than the apple fragrances. It's almost like a candied apple, I would say, which would make sense if they're saying bobbing for apples. That would make sense. But it does smell like a candied apple. Very, very sweet. I actually think a lot of people would like this one. So if you tend to like very, very sweet, sugary, fruity fragrances, I think that this is going to be a safe bet for you. But really nice fragrance. And I will say this morning when I lit it up, I will try to make sure that I get post-burn reviews done on all of these prior to the launch. But I lit this one up this morning, and within 10 minutes, I was starting to smell it. So strength and throw so far on the first burn was pretty good. It was a good solid 7.5 for me out here. But I will make sure to keep burning it. Looks like the wicks are okay here. Like I said, my kid accidentally hit the vessel moving things around today. So bobbing for apples. The fragrance that I was burning in the other bedroom alongside this one is BOO-WHOO. Looks like we've got little owls with some ghost costumes on them. Fragrance notes on BOO-WHOO are rich cream, warm cinnamon, fresh peppercorn, black cardamom, zesty ginger, smoky chestnut, amberwood, tonka bean, and velvety musk. And this one, okay, this one is nice too. This is definitely, it's a creamy gourmand. I get a little bit of that ginger in here, but it's not like a really like effervescent ginger. It's not like oh wow, ginger right in my face. I get a little bit of cardamom in there. Cardamom comes across, it's a spice, but it comes across sometimes very like clean to my nose. Very, very soft spices in the background. To me, this is not like a super, super spicy, like cinnamon forward fragrance, nothing like that. It's slightly perfumey, but again, it's not, this is really, really well done, you guys. It's not perfumey like what we would say, like old lady perfume. Yeah, let's see, fresh peppercorn, warm cinnamon, rich cream. Yeah, it's a very like creamy type of scent. Smoky chestnut. The chestnut in there, it's in there, but it's not dominant. It just kind of lends a little bit of nuttiness to it. This one's a little bit harder for me to describe, although it is a sweet fragrance. It's not a candied sweetness like the bobbing for apples is. I really, really like this one. This one blended really nicely with the Bobbing for Apples this morning. Really great fragrance. Again, I'm telling you guys, the 5 out of the 6 fragrances here are winners for me. I do like them a lot. Okay, here's the next one, Howl at the Moon. We've got a little like baby wolf here, just howling at the moon. Look at how cute that is. Fragrance notes, velvety plum, sweet orange, ripe black currant, tart plum, jasmine blooms, Brazilian orchid, black amber, vanilla woods, and warm musk. Pay attention to that fragrance note, vanilla woods, because, okay, I stuck my nose in this yesterday when it arrived. And I was like, that smells really familiar. Vanilla woods, vanilla woods. 7 Virtues, vanilla woods. If you like Sol de Janeiro, their Balm Dia Bright cream, I think it's also goes by the fragrance Sol de Janeiro 40. If you like that fragrance, it's that fragrance in a candle. It's not overly perfumey, I will say that. But if you've never smelled that scent before, there's a vanilla element to it. I actually like this more than the perfume. The perfume to me on my body chemistry can sometimes lean a little bit. There's a note that comes out with my body chemistry that comes across almost like cigarette smoke. I don't detect that in here on cold sniff at all. Yeah, this is like, it's a floral, but it's not like a springtime floral to me. It's definitely more of like a fall winter floral. The plum, the jasmine blooms, you got a black currant. Yeah, we've got tart and velvety plum. So it's a plum based, and you've got orchid in there, sweet orange. I'm just going to say, if you want to know what this smells like, if you happen to be going into an Ulta or Sephora near you, go find the Sol de Janeiro Balm Dia Bright, stick your nose on it. That's going to tell you what this smells like. Or 7 Virtues Vanilla Woods. They're pretty much like sibling fragrances really to me. But I like this. It's floral without it being springtime floral. Sweet. There's a little bit of creaminess in it as well with that vanilla base. So love this one. And the packaging on this, I think, is just absolutely adorable. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about what is my surprise favorite of this collection. This is the fragrance Ghost Stories here. So again, we've got this black cat, and we've got some dogs, and they are dressed up again for Halloween, and they are reading a little book of ghost stories. Fragrance notes of spicy pink pepper, aromatic juniper, balsamic amber, woodfire clove, smoky guaiac wood, roasted chestnut, fresh orange blossom, blonde woods, and warm vanilla bean. Okay. If you like Bath & Body Works Marshmallow Fireside, similar family. If you like Warm and Toasty, similar family. Now, I will say the difference between this one, this is not as ambery as Warm and Toasty. I feel like Warm and Toasty has more of like a sweet ambery note to it. This one doesn't have that. It's got that smokiness going on. It's kind of got this like sweet marshmallow vibe going on in the background. I smelled this and my first thought was Marshmallow Fireside from Bath & Body Works. That's really what I thought of. Nowhere in here do they have marshmallow listed. No, they don't. But I'm telling you, the warm vanilla bean in that base note, and then you've got the wood fire clove. It is a little bit smoky, but it's not as smoky as a lot of the fragrances that Kringle has done, especially even like their most recent, like Whiskey and Embers, and then even the Mummy Marshmallow. I said that one reminded me a lot of Palo Santo Vanilla from Bath & Body Works, because that one had a very like resinous woody note to it, and the marshmallow was very, very minimal in the background. This is sweeter to my nose than the Mummy Marshmallow. Still a little bit woodsy and smoky, but this is sweeter. This is a much sweeter take on it. I think, again, if you like Bath & Body Works Marshmallow Fireside, I think that this is going to be a safe one. Or if you like their Warm and Toasty, I think that you will like this fragrance a lot. It does smell like you'd kind of be like, I mean, ghost stories. It would make sense. You're sitting around a campfire probably telling ghost stories. So I really, really like this one. Okay, and then finally, the last fragrance that we have to talk about is Lil Devil. Now, Lil Devil or Lil Devil, L-I-L, not little, Lil. Like if you ever watched Parks and Rec, remember Lil Sebastian? So this is called Lil Devil. Now, this is the pumpkin gourmand, but Kringle offered it in not just one packaging this year, but in two separate ones. So we have Little Devil available in a cat. I'll show this one, the cat. I did take some B-roll so that way you guys can see this because I know that my light reflects off of this. We have a little black cat. And we all know who's going to love this one, those of you who follow all of the other Kringle ambassadors. And we have a little dog. Looks like a pug in this little costuming. We all know Melanie, Mr. Kong's mom, you know she's going to be all over this packaging. I personally am more of a cat person than a dog person, so I'm here for the little black cat here. I've had a couple of black cats in my life, and oh, I love them. Like I had one that lived to be like almost 20 years old. I loved her. Okay, so the Little Devil kitten has the same fragrance notes as the Little Devil puppy. So just keep in mind that it is the same fragrance, just different packaging for both. Fragrance notes are lush pumpkin, sweet nutmeg, creamy custard, spicy clove, cozy cinnamon, rich maple syrup, caramelized sugar, earthy carrot, and warm vanilla. Now, this again is a beautiful pumpkin scent. So I know a lot of people were upset about Pumpkinhead selling out during the first launch. It lasted like 20 minutes on the website. This one's different than Pumpkinhead, although I do think that they're going to complement each other really nicely. This one is slightly creamier and it's not as bright. It doesn't have the orange note in it that Pumpkinhead had. This to me has, I would say, you know what's funny? This to me has some elements of last year's cute black cat on a pumpkin, which I think went in like less than 5 minutes. And a little bit of Great Pumpkin as well. Great Pumpkin from the Reserve line a couple of years ago. That was a great fragrance, but that was definitely more like brown sugar, earthy gourmand pumpkin. This to me is like it's a sweet spiced pumpkin type of fragrance. Not lactonic smelling. Like the fragrance Gorgeous pulls a little bit lactonic and kind of perfumey to me. But this one's really, really well done. What else am I smelling? I'm smelling those top notes of the pumpkin, the nutmeg, creamy custard. There's a creaminess to this, which you're getting from the base of the warm vanilla as well as the custard. You get some sweetness. We've got cinnamon, clove. The maple in here, maybe, but the maple is not overly mapling, I would say. Like it's not, I don't smell this and go, oh gosh, there's maple syrup. That's not really what I'm detecting here. This is just a really, really nice creamy pumpkin scent. It's not necessarily a white pumpkin, but really, really nice. I am planning to light this one up tonight. I actually might burn this alongside the Ghost Stories. I feel like that might be a good little blend going on. But yeah, I'm really excited. I honestly, I'm going to be honest with you guys, even though I prefer the cat packaging, just for the fragrance alone, because I like the fragrance so much, I'm so glad that Kringle sent both versions. So now I have the fragrance in two different vessels to be able to burn, because this is really, really good. So anyways, if you like, pick your animal preference, or maybe if you like both, then you could get both for your collection. I do believe that there will still be a 2-item limit per fragrance. Is that the word I'm looking for? Yeah, per fragrance. But yeah, so that is the Boo crew. Let me know in the comment section down below. Are you excited about this? I know that there's a lot of people who are kind of like me and you're like, oh, I kind of am interested in the Halloween stuff, but I don't like all of the creepy, scary stuff. A lot of those labels, you guys know I had to turn around when I was burning them. But this I can get on board with. This is a little bit more cutesy type of Halloween. And of course, the baby animals. In fact, last year, I think I remembered when they released the ombre jars at first and that cute black cat on the pumpkin sold out like immediately. I remembered, I think I sent a DM or something to our contact over at Kringle, and I said, okay, so take note, gourmands mixed with cute animal packaging, probably going to be winners. And it looks like they kind of went that direction. I'm not taking credit for that. I'm just saying that, like, I think I was like, oh gosh, if they were smart, they would kind of explore this option a little bit, because I have a feeling that a lot of people are really going to be excited about these. And like I said, the labels on all of them are really, really cute, but except for the buttered popcorn, which again is my own personal preference. I don't like buttered popcorn fragrances. The other 5 fragrances are actually all really, really nice. I definitely see myself burning them. There'll be a nice little change up, you know. I mean, obviously we've got the pumpkin and the one that smells kind of like marshmallow fireside, and even the BOO-WHOO one I think goes really well with this time of year as well. But the other ones are, I feel like they could be good year-round fragrances, to be honest with you. So really, really excited for this collection. So let me know in the comment section down below if you are excited about any of these. Are you putting any of these on your wish list? Like I said, stay tuned. I will have a separate video going over the Spellbound collection, which is a little bit different, a little bit different fragrances. Still some good fragrances, but it's just a very different collection than this one here. So if you are interested in seeing that, make sure you are subscribed to my channel so you don't miss it when I upload. Like I said, hopefully I'll have that up later for you guys today. But yes, please make sure you hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. Consider subscribing if you are new. I do want to say thank you so very, very much for spending your time here with me today. And until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.